Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, can you guys believe Q1 is ending? We're at the end of Q1, so what we want to do is see where we started for the year in January 1st and see where we're at right now at the end of March 31st, and see kind of what the differences between these buckets were. I personally don't have a great idea of where we're at, so this will be kind of a surprise for all of us, which is always fun. So we're gonna start off with grocery buffers, and I have the numbers from my ending balance. I had already pre-wrote the starting balance here, but starting off with the grocery buffer, we start off the year at $150, and now we're at, let me just write that in black, and now we're at $410, which is crazy, guys. I can't believe we're able to save up for that much, which is always good. So that means we had an increase in $260, which is quite significant for just, the few months that it's been. Eating out buffer, we were at 220 and now we're at 380. So here we also had an increase of $260. Again, crazy to me that we were able to save that much in the buffer categories, because that's not even like a category that we were focused on, Gas buffer was at 160, now it's at 250, and this color changing thing, I just have to keep on reminding myself, so bear with me. 250 here for gas, and so now that's a positive of $90. Next is date night buffer, and date night was at 180 and now it's actually at 445. So that's a positive as well of, can I do that in my head? 265. Okay, so hubby started the year off at $50 and now he is at 400. So great job there. And obviously the recent check or the recent tax refund has helped a lot. Next is personal, and for my personal, I started the year off at 100 and now I'm at 455. So that's a positive of 355. Okay, utilities buffer, we started off the year at 940 and we're ending Q1 at, wow, 1040. So we saved an extra 100, which is not too bad. But that means that we were pretty close to our predictions for utilities. Next is phone bill, and phone bill was at 190. Now it's at 340. So we did save an extra 150 in here. However, I expect that number to go down next quarter because we do have to pay. Car insurance, we had 1,000. And now in car insurance, we only have 350 since we just paid for that. So that is a negative of $650. However, in retirement, we started off with nothing because we had just pulled everything and put it into our Roth. And now in retirement, we have 4,500. So that's a positive of 4,500, which is great. Okay, Terminex, we started the year off at 230. We had a Terminex come in, and then now we're at 220, so we're pretty close. Oh, so that's negative $10. Birthdays, we were at 50 and we just had some big birthdays, but now we're at 85, so we still had a positive of 35. Holidays, we were at 50, spent some on some holidays, but then we have 200 now, So that means we increased by 150. Next is gifts. Gifts was at 50. Now it's at 300 actually. So that means that we added $250 to that fund. Membership was at 100. Now membership is at 250. So that's a positive of $150. Self-care was at 200. Now self-care is at 300. So we increased it by 100. Clothes, we were at 70. Now we're at 150. So that's an additional, oh, what was I writing here? An additional 80. Okay, household, we were at 100. Now we're at 150. So that's an additional 50. Moving on, toiletries, we were at 100. Now we are at 250. So that's an additional 150. So I feel like for the most part, before we continue, we did increase it, which I'm quite surprised about, to be honest, because we did spend a lot of the money. Like birthdays, we had 3 big birthdays. And holidays, we did have Valentine's and Chinese New Year's. So like, although it didn't increase by that much, that means that like we were able to spend as well as save, and we saved more than we spent. So that's always a good sign. So moving on, health and wellness, we would start off with nothing. We emptied it out, and now we're at $155. So that means we have an extra $155 in there. Car maintenance was at 150, and now it's at 500, which is quite great. So that means that now we have an additional 350 in that bucket. Yard was at 100. It's also at 100 now. So let's just say it's at neutral. Okay. All right. Emergency fund is where we hopefully saved a significant amount. We were at 24,940, and now we're at 28,000. So that's an increase of $3,060. Okay, new house, we were at 6,800. Now we're at 8,000. So we did add an extra 1,200, which is pretty good. It's only been 3 months, guys, right? Home maintenance was at 200. Now it's at 325. So plus 125. And then furniture was at 100. We purchased a desk. Now it's at 150. So it's still positive 50. Medical, we actually started off the year clearing it, and then now we're at 150. So that means we did increase it by 150. Okay, electronics, we were at 200. Now we're at 300. So we did increase it by 100. Donations, we were at 100, and now we're at 237. So we increased it by 137. Okay, I'm just fixing that because I realized I forgot the dollar sign. Okay, next is hosting. Hosting was at 100. Now we're at 250. We haven't hosted anyone in quite a bit. So we were able to increase that by 150. Actually, we did host my parents, but we didn't really spend much. New car has 200. Now it's at 350. Now that's a positive of 150 as well. Pantry was at 200. And now pantry is at 350 as well. So that's an increase of 150. Meat was at 200. Now it's at 500. So we were able to increase that by $300, guys. Next is renovations. Now it's at 700. So that's an additional $300. And everyday budgets was at $300, now it's at $400. So that's an additional $100. Travel, we started off the year at $80, and now we're ending the year at, or ending the quarter, sorry, at $6,900, which is crazy. Okay, so this is clearly where a lot of money went, but that means we have a positive of $6,820. And then baby, we were at $2,450, now we're at $3,690. So that means that we have a positive of $1,240. Yep. So that's where we're at, guys. So as you can see, for the most part, at the end of Q3, we've increased most of our budget by quite significant, honestly, for some of them. Like, just to highlight a few, I think that I'm really excited and happy about: emergency fund, new house. These were all over $1,000. So I'm super excited and impressed with myself. Travel. And this is after we took out the cruise, right? Baby, actually, surprisingly. Let's see. Retirement, I'm super happy about. Yeah, I mean, these were the main buckets I'm super proud of. The other ones I knew wasn't like super big of a priority, which is why I didn't stuff as much. But I'm excited to see where we end up in for the next quarter, and also see how close we can get to our goals. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys are progressing as well through your savings goals. And if you guys are able to, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.